What if I told you that the two of the great minds Bengal ever produced diagnosed the same disease? One was a social reformer, the other one was a monk. One believed the problem was society, the other believed that the problem was the human mind. If both of them looked at India in 2026, they might tell us something deeply uncomfortable because despite our degrees, despite our smartphones, despite our endless opinions on social media, many of us are still afraid to stand upright. This is the story of Ishwar Chandra Vidyasagar and Swami Vivekananda. Vivekananda was 43 years junior to Vidyasagar, but their philosophies have exceptionally made the world think about them. On one hand, we have Vidyasagar, who was an atheist and believed that humanity or serving human beings is the only religion. Vidyasagar was a social reformer whose life was devoted to preventing child marriage. He fought fiercely against polygamy, almost contributing his income entirely for the poor, relieving human suffering, including advocating for widow remarriage as well. Whereas Vivekananda believed in awakening the spiritual power of the nation. अगर इन दोनों महारथी एक दूसरे से मिलते इन 2026 तो इनके विचार हमारे बारे में कैसे होते? विद्यासागर speaks first. Everywhere I look, I see a nation that has forgotten how to stand upright. Not just widows, not just children without schools. I mean, even the educated men. The moment they get a job, they forget their own name. They bow down, they adjust, they compromise. Tell me, what has colonialism really done to this nation? If not convince every Indian that he is inherently a loser or somebody who is lesser than that? Vivekananda responds, Mahashay, the British did not create our cowardice. They simply exposed it. A man who bows before an English officer in Calcutta, that same man bows before his caste, his superstition, his own fear, long before any foreigner arrived. The slavery is not in the chains. The slavery is in the mind. Now let's leave 19th century Bengal behind. Let's talk about your life. Tomorrow morning, when you walk into your office, there is an office meeting, your boss makes a decision, you know it is wrong. Your colleagues know it is wrong. The entire room also knows that it is a wrong decision. And yet, nobody speaks up. All heads down, laptops are open, and somebody actually says,
क्या बात है सर क्या बात है सर
why? Not because they agree, because they are also afraid. EMI depends on this job because you have been trained by your school, your home, your entire culture that survival means compliance. You may think this is merely philosophy. It isn't. The consequences are measurable. Let me show you what the data says. A 2024 study by the Indian Psychiatric Society, they found that 40% of Indian teenagers report stress and anxiety as their single biggest concern. This is a crisis of self. यही तो विवेकानंद ने कहा था, यही विद्यासागर ने कहा था. It is this, the ability to know your own value and to operate from that knowledge, even under pressure. Now, what are you going to do at this point of time? I'm going to tell you two actual practices that you can actually do. Number one is, every single day, disagree with any one thing. Doesn't have to be big. Your friend says that a film was great. You thought that it was average, so say so. Politely but clearly. This is not about conflict. This is about training your voice to exist. Once a week, take 10 minutes in your hand, write down 3 things you tolerated this week that you shouldn't have. Not to rage them about, to understand the pattern. Are you tolerating them because you genuinely chose to do that? Or because you were afraid? ये फर्क समझना. That difference is your spine. Vidyasagar wanted to give every Indian the tools to stand up. Education, rights, dignity. Vivekananda wanted to give every Indian the reason to stand up. Self knowledge, fearlessness, and inner strength. If this conversation did something to you, please share it. Not because of the algorithm, but because someone in your circle needs to hear this today. Subscribe and like this video, please. At least that is free and you can do that. I'll see you in the next video. Thank you all. Thank you very much.